Good morning and welcome to Chef Carter's Cooking Corner. Today on Chef Carter's Cooking Corner, I'm going to be cooking a frittata. And a frittata is basically a Spanish omelet. So I'm going to take a potato and this little potato here, because I like to use a large potato, but I didn't have a large one, so a small one and a medium one is what I'm using today. So you want to cut up your potatoes about this size. It's about 1/2 inch cubes. Okay, so you want everything relatively the same size so everything cooks at about the same time. Some of them are trying to jump in front of the knife. Okay. Alright, so let me take care of this one. This one has like a little bad spot on it. No problem. Carefully cut that away. Alright, and my last one. Okay, so we're going to take this to the skillet and we're going to cook it on low while we cut up our pepper and onion. Alright, so I have you over here by the stove. I'm going to put just a little bit of oil in here. Move that around. Now I'm going to put my potato in there. And you want to do this carefully, as not to burn yourself. Alright, so, just want to make sure this potato's broken up a little bit so they cook better. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and move this to low. I had it on medium to heat up the skillet. So now I moved it to low because these potatoes need to cook through. And to help it, I'm going to put a lid over them. As you can tell, that lid doesn't go with that skillet, but it will work. Alright, here are my potatoes. I'm going to remove my lid very carefully. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. So we got these cute little salt and pepper shakers here. Aren't those cute? It has lids on them too. Alright. Go ahead and add my pepper and onion on top. Now, you could cook bacon first and then cook your potatoes or sausage and then add the meat into your frittata. But I prefer mine this way. You know, it's actually a vegan meal. Well, no, frittata is not vegan. It's vegetarian because we add the egg. Sorry, it's still morning. So, but it is a vegetarian dish. And you could add cheese to the top when it's done, but personally, I don't like adding the cheese. You know, don't get me wrong, I like cheese, but for some reason I don't like it in this dish. I prefer it without. Alright, let me get the lid back on here. Let it cook up a little longer. Alright, so I've been putting a few things away while this is cooking. I'm going to go ahead and turn this over a little bit. Check my potatoes for doneness. We do that just by pressing on them. Okay, this one seems to be done. Let's try this big one. Okay, the big one's almost done. So just a couple more minutes. But you do want your potatoes done before you get them into the skillet. I'm sorry, before you get them into the oven. Okay. So while it was cooking, I was cleaning a little bit, put my cutting board and knives away. You know, if you clean as you go, you won't have a huge mess at the end. As I know, as a younger person, you know, even kind of as a child when I used to cook, I used to hate that when I would do all that cooking and then I'd get tired and then I didn't want to clean up. So if you clean as you go, you don't have that huge mess. Alright, so I set my oven to 400. And this will take just a few more minutes, and so by the time this is done, my oven will be hot. Alright. Alright. So I have my Italian seasoning, a little bit of salt and pepper, 3 eggs, and about 2 to 3 tablespoons of milk in here. So I'm going to mix all this together. You know, I put a little salt and pepper in the potatoes, put a little salt and pepper in the eggs, but then I put the Italian seasoning in here. So you can put whatever seasoning, herbs you like. Alright, so my potatoes are done now. I'm going to flip these a little bit more. You know, make sure nothing is stuck to the bottom here. Alright, so they do have a little bit of a nice color on them. Alright, so now I have my potatoes moved around. I'm going to kind of make sure everything's kind of flat. And again, you want to test your potatoes by just poking them. See how that broke up? I don't know if you saw that. But look at this potato right here. Push on it, it should break apart. And see how that broke apart? So you know that potato is done. Alright. So, now we're going to pour the eggs over top. Then we're going to cook this at 400 degrees for roughly 15 minutes. Just enough to cook the eggs. So, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and move my eggs around. And then what's going to happen, well, one thing I want to tell you, make sure you have a handle that can go in the oven. Don't use a skillet that has like a plastic handle, or you're going to have a mess on your hands. And that's not good. Okay, so 15 minutes, 400 degrees. Be back. Alright, so here it is. My frittata is done. And at least get one decent serving. Oh, so I guess this is just not my morning. But that's alright, because it's still going to taste good. But I could tell it needed just a little more salt. See, I need to get this piece out for the thumbnail. But let me go ahead and get another serving for my mom. So there we go. So we got a serving over here, and this can serve 2 to 3 people. You know, if you serve other things, if it's just the frittata you're serving, then it'll be about 2 people, or if you're really hungry, 1. So here is my frittata. So it's going to be very good. I always serve it with a little fresh fruit, or you could do sliced tomatoes with it. It's up to you. So thank you for joining me for Chef Carter's Cooking Corner. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for stopping by.